Another month goes by, and we're going to talk about music and all the fun releases that have come out in January, and we're kind of underwhelmed.
January, lots of music came out, but yeah,
We're not too excited, right?
like we have a playlist running, and we weren't going to it. I mean, we're just like bashing it for the beginning, but
Yeah.
we didn't find ourselves repeating a lot of songs. However,
There were some really good songs.
there was some bangers.
Yeah, to begin on a positive note.
Let
To
me get
begin
my...
on a positive note, there were some really good songs. The Grammys happened last month.
Oh, can we
And
start with the Grammys?
Let's start with the Grammys.
Okay.
In fact, this month, February.
February, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're sort of cheating because what we do on this show is that we cover the month before.
Yeah.
But we can't wait to talk about the Grammys because it
Absolutely.
is a record-breaking moment, a Rouge Aftab.
Absolutely. First Pakistani to perform.
Ever,
Ever.
I believe, at the Grammys.
Yeah.
And just... Hey, look, I'll tell you, the Grammys have been taking mega hits the last few years for, sort of being out of touch and racist.
Yeah.
The Beyonce thing. So I get it, like people aren't super in love with them, but I grew up watching the Grammys like so many people.
Yeah.
And whatever I feel about them now, I cannot tell you how like goosebump incredible it was to see Urdu being sung on that
Absolutely.
stage.
My God. Yeah.
And that too, I think Aruj Aftab's command of her voice, like she was one of the best of the night. Like easy. Like she wiped the floor with them. And also shout out to Anushka Shankar.
Shout out to Anushka. I mean, just the combination was so good.
Yeah.
It was so soulful. And there was a time I used to wake up to watch the Grammys. But not anymore. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they just they pissed off the wrong communities, I gotta say.
They did, and then Harry Styles goes and says that people like me don't win. I mean,
that was
Harry, come on, Harry, please.
And I guess his thing was like I saw some people on Twitter being like, what he meant is that people who weren't like upper class British, and then someone was like, yo, Adele is like from the streets, and also you had a pool growing up, so But yeah, other than that, I think
you're as white as they get.
As white and British.
Has Beyonce never won album of the year?
So Beyonce's actually, she's wiped the floor with all the other awards, but she's never taken album of the year. And this year, people had like no doubt. And they said the only other artist who could have possibly done it was Bad Bunny, who is still like breaking streaming records for his album. I mean, Spanish music, I've been saying it for like the last few years. Mega comeback, and I wouldn't even say it's a comeback. It's just it already dominated like Spanish speaking world, and now the rest of the world's like, we want it, we love it. I mean, I hear it a lot in Pakistan. Bollywood has been coming for that Spanish sound. For the last
they've been going to the Spanish coastline. I don't know whether they're picking up on the music or not, but they're definitely dancing. They're partying there for sure.
But the other thing I wanted to point out about Aruj Aftab and Anushka Shankar's performance, I was going to say Sharma, is that they didn't make a caricature of South Asians, which I really appreciated. Like if they had just randomly like thrown some peacocks or something on the stage, I would have found that very annoying. So I think it was very true to what I believe in a Aruj Aftab performance is.
Her voice is so good.
I'm sure she's sick of hearing it, but haunting voice. Like she sounds like she means it when she sings those lyrics.
I mean, even last year's actual studio Mehram was so soulful. It was like, oh my God, just keep singing. It's like Faisal Kapadi of Strings. When he talks, you're like, oh my God, just keep speaking, you know?
So
it's like his voice comes from somewhere in the intestine, not even the stomach.
It would be cool if they brought that, because they performed together in London as well, Anushka and Aruj. So it would be cool if they brought it here, I think. Just a thought.
Putting it out there.
Just putting it out there. Give her visas.
Yeah.
Give Anushka the visas and let her come.
Yeah. So that was the Grammys. But let's go back into January.
Yeah.
And the first release, I think, in January was Ali Sethi's
Ghazab
Kiya.
My first note was I heart it.
Well, let's just appreciate Sabah for bringing her notes today. Yeah. Because last time she forgot.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Last time made it up on the spot. But I love this.
You're so neat. You're possibly neater than I am.
Thank you. Learn from the best.
Okay.
I thought it was So good.
And I loved it. I loved it.
I think that, so what I wrote a lot, and we'll talk a lot about on this episode, is like departure from the current dominating genre.
Yeah.
Now, I love that genre. Like, I'm a radio show host, so I live for like the hip hop kind of R&B, good weather music, as I call it. But it is nice to hear different takes on what Pakistani music, modern Pakistani music is. And I think this is a fantastic example.
It is also because it's a classic ghazal, right? Yeah. And it was written when, in the 19th century? Yeah, that is long ago. And it's a classic ghazal, but he's completely recreated it. Completely. It's like, and you know, the graphics and the sound, it's just so different. And it's so non-Ali Sethi, and yet it's Ali Sethi.
Swear that is literally what I was going to say. That like, it's so different, especially from what he's been doing lately. However, there's no one else who I would think would pull that off.
I feel he's become very edgy ever since he moved to New York.
Yeah. You think it's New York? Getting edgy. Yeah, New York's getting edgy. You meet a lot of creative people in New York, Desi especially. But I also have to shout out that who was a producer? None other than Abdullah Siddiqui.
Of course.
He is like always, he's all up everywhere.
Also in New York?
Is he? Oh yeah, he is.
Yes,
Facts.
New York. But you know, somehow when our boys go to New York, they let go of their inhibitions, whether it's a dress sense or sound or style or anything.
Yeah.
Ali Sethi is like...
You know, speaking of 19th century, I feel like Desi men, South Asian men used to be so daring. And it wasn't even daring, right? Like our fashion and everything got tampered down with colonization, but like to be in pinks and gum. I noticed that there's a plug-in
on anti-colonization in every episode that we do.
Every episode that we do. We talk about the Grammys, but we mean we're glad we're taking them over.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so I think you're right. They go to New York and they're like, wait, we can do these things. So Ali Sethi, I think, has always been an awesome dresser, but yeah.
I mean, now it's next level.
Yeah.
It's next level.
Yeah, it's coming through. He's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm a peacock.
Very cool.
And I'm going to look good.
And I believe he's on a very successful tour right now.
Mashallah.
Mashallah. That's the only Arabic you'll hear.
Yeah.
And Urdu also.
We don't get colonized either
way.
Okay. All right. So this one...
So bhai Ghazab kiya to bahut acha tha. I mean, agar aap logon ne nahi suna, please go and listen to it.
It's on all my playlists. I've put it on the radio. I have a hip hop R&B show and it fits perfectly.
It is so good.
It is really
so good.
And yeah, like you said, the visuals fantastic.
The graphics are so cool.
I'm on the Ali Sethi train. I'm excited to see where he's going to go.
Totally. Yes. Okay.
All right. Up next in my list was Arsalan Hassan and Eva B with... So this is my...
Now that would be Arsalan Hassan and Eva B.
What did I say?
Okay, Arsalan.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Arsalan.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from. I have a cousin named Arsalan, so that's not on me.
We will call him Arsalan now.
All right. Well, that being said, I really like this.
It is.
This was a good one for me.
And I feel Eva B is such a good fit in this song.
And the fact, this is going to be a common theme of our shows, but I just have to say it because this new music culture is so new. I love seeing these young artists come together, and the fact that they're just reaching out to each other on social media, making it happen. I love this combination. I loved this song. And to me, this is a major compliment. It kind of sounded, this was my note, like early 2000s R&B, kind of like bad boy music, Diddy's time before going crazy, I guess. I
will also have an anti-Diddy sentiment in every episode.
Every episode. But yeah, Eva B's verse, fantastic. I think it was a new sound for her.
Is it like a cross of pop and R&B, would you say?
I think actually we call it solidly an R&B song, which I love.
Really?
Yeah, I think, but it's very catchy, and I've put it on the radio as well, and like great response. And again, just like a young artist, he literally just popped it up onto Twitter, and I was like, "Yo, email that to me. It's so good,
so good,
and more women in our hip hop and R&B. I'm loving it."
There will also be a plug for women in every episode. There has to be. But ye to hoga.
At least you know it's consistent.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay, our friend.
I just tweeted about him yesterday.
All right.
Asim Azhar's Dart.
Actually, this is Asim's zone.
Yeah.
Heartbreak is his zone. I feel he's most comfortable in it.
I wrote excellent sad boy music.
It's sad boy music. It is sad. It is heartbreak.
Yeah.
It is heartbreak, and it's dard. And of course, he released it with a video.
Yes.
That was featured Piscean, who's a supremely popular actor right now on television. And it's Asim crying over a broken heart, and that's what he does best.
So again, like, it's not that I dislike it. Like, I definitely, like, it'll be on a playlist. Like, I would listen to it go.
Yeah.
I think he's just set the standard very high for me with his Habibi and his mashup with Arshman something. Like, it's just I don't know. So I said it sounded like, remember the years of Bollywood that kind of like always featured like an angsty boy, like whether it was Ranbir Kapoor or somebody who was just like, my mom doesn't understand me. It kind of reminded me of those soundtracks.
I was okay with it. It took time for it to grow on me.
Yeah.
Because I had the playlist and I kept playing it on loop. So aakhir mein mujhe tha, okay, now I can hum to it. You know, I'm okay with it.
That's a good.
But I can hum to it. I was okay with it, but I didn't love it at the first listen.
Yeah, so maybe I need to give it a couple more listens. But I've put it on my playlist for this.
Yeah.
Like, I keep an updated one going.
But generally, I don't know. Are you the kind of person who casually listens to heartbreak songs?
Yes.
I don't. Oh, that was a very okay.
Yeah, I have a playlist called Depressy and Sexy, and it's literally like when you're depressed, but you look good. It's that those moments.
Is that what you talked about last time? The depressy?
Probably.
No, you didn't.
I've gotten some followers on that playlist. If it's possible.
There was another playlist you had.
One's just called Sad. That one is a lot of Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, though. So it's a good one.
Okay.
You know, it's like if you need 17 minutes of sadness.
Okay.
I got you with sad.
So I don't listen to sad songs at all.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
You know what's crazy? One of my friends does it while doing cardio, listens to sad songs. And I'm like, have you lost your mind?
Okay.
That's crazy to me.
That is a bit bizarre.
Let us know if you listen to slow music while like working out. I would think that's very
I know somebody who listens to old, like 1950s Bollywood music while working out.
Because each song's like 8 minutes, so you can
just
keep going. That's my trick with using Bhangra music.
नहीं फिर तो Nusrat Fateh Ali की कव्वाली लगा लो. 17 minutes आप लगे रहो. Exactly.
Yep.
But nahin, so I don't listen to sad music as, as a normal everyday listen. Yeah. So for me, it's like, okay, you really need to get into the mood to listen to it. And then it's like, okay, I'm bored now. I get bored by it.
So you're not a Gum Hour subscriber?
Not at all.
Yeah.
No.
Gum Hours.
मैं सोच रही हूँ Gum Hour क्या होता है? I'm thinking, oh, is this some new term that I'm not familiar with? I better go Google करो. Gum Hour क्या है? Something sticky that something stays with. Gum. You mean gum? Okay.
She keeps coming to my ads. Listen,
I am coming. I mean, come on. Try. Gum. नहीं गम वाले गाने मैं नहीं सुनती. I have no sad and teary playlist. I really don't.
I do. No. All day, every day.
Yeah.
It's also my concentration music. That are like very country folksy soundtracks of very white TV shows. That's a part of me that's colonized.
Country music also I can't stand.
Okay. Yeah, no, country.
There's a lot of music I can't stand. You'll find that. You'll discover this as we go by.
I'm not a big fan of country music either.
Do not like country music. Do not like sad songs. Sad songs I think I heard when I was in my teens and, us waqt heartbreak hota tha and, so
and now you're a grown up, and I'm like, no more sadness.
Now I'm more like Alanis Morissette, just,
Rage.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Okay, so... Faris? Oh, I had moved on to Far, but you
moved on to Faris Shafi. So here I'm going to plug in, which is not essentially a January release because the film came out, I think, in December.
Yeah.
But I started listening to the soundtrack of Kala in January. And oh my God. I mean, it's all songs composed by Amit Trivedi, who's a super popular composer in Bollywood.
Yes.
And he's done Queen and he's done Fitur and he's done some really big soundtracks. And Kala is just beautiful. Yeah. And everybody likes Ghode Pe Sawar, which is like the really peppy, popular song, love song. But for me, it was a shock.
Yeah.
And everybody's, by the way, it's all over TikTok. It's like everybody is making reels to Shock.
That's how you know you've made it.
You've made it. Yeah. Shock has made it. And just the lines ke bikharne ka mujhko shock hai bada. Sametega mujhko aake zara,
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. So, so it's like, okay, that kind of sad song resonates.
So I'll be honest, I only really listened to the soundtrack today. I haven't seen it because there was a lot of Twitter talk, as I told you, that I looked like one of the actors of Goa. So I think that pushed me away from watching it.
What's her name? Swastika Chatterjee, I think.
I hope so. Anyway, she's beautiful, so it's a compliment to me. Now there are going to be comments like, you don't look anything like her. I get it. But I thought it was, from what I heard, I thought it was very sweet. Like the one you just said, like they're sweet. They're exactly what I would want to hear for a film like this without knowing like the film or watching it. And I think that is such a skill and such a cool job to have, is to score and make these soundtracks.
And it's a musical film, right? It's not a musical, but it's a music-based film. The leading girl is a singer.
Oh, okay.
And her mother is a singer. And it's really intense. And mother, by the way, is quite an evil character. So
she just like me. That's why I can't watch it. I just can't see myself up there. You know what I mean? I gotta escape when I go to the movies.
So this other song, which is like, let me read the name, Pero na Nigeria.
Yeah.
Is she singing this actually for her mother? Because this is a child who's been neglected and cut down by her mother all her life. A mother who says that tum gaa bhi logi to tum kabhi pandit nahi banogi. You'll never get to maestro level.
Yeah.
You're always going to be the, the second.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I'm like, this is another episode, but I'd be like, get therapy before you have kids, maybe. Yeah. That's really mean to say that to your daughter, who you probably also forced into your footsteps.
But the story is that they were born twins and the boy died. The boy twin died, the male, and the doctor said कि एक जो stronger होता है वो दूसरे को उसकी ताकत ले लेता है, which is what a lot of people think. Yeah. And so the mother kind of blames her for the death of her son, who could have been the pandit, because it's like almost like religious, the dedication to music and everything. This is a beautiful film. The cinematography is beautiful, and then the music is just spectacular. But these are my 3 favorite songs.
Amit
Trivedi, but Shock and Pero na Nigeria and Ghode Pe Sawar. All 3 of them are my favorite songs, and these are the ones I've been listening to. But if you haven't heard the soundtrack, you must.
Yeah. Also, tell us other soundtracks.
Yeah.
That we should be checking out.
Well, there's another one that's been doing really well.
Which one?
You made your Pathan.
Oh, yeah. It's the number 1 movie in the world.
Congratulations.
I take back what I said. I was worried about it.
Exactly. No, sir. It is the number 1. I mean, look at the numbers.
And Deepika, I'm about to say a spoiler, but Deepika plays one of us.
Deepika plays an IHI Icon. Everybody knows that now.
Identical. Looks
just like all of us. Yeah. We all look like that. In real life. Anyway,
moving on. So, Faris Shafi dropped a song, With Love.
With Love.
Yeah, so Faris Shafi's been much more generous with his fans in the last few years, putting out some more music.
Yeah.
I loved the music itself. That was a note I had. I thought it was different than what he's normally done, and it kind of kept you surprised where it started, where it ended up.
Yeah.
And there was just specific, kind of drum that hits through it that I thought was very cool, that I don't feel like I've heard in a lot of rap songs.
So I love that you're more the technical music person. Yeah. I'm more the voice person. Yeah. I love that he's got a bit of a grain in his voice, you know? It's not smooth. And for a rapper, I think that's so important.
Yeah.
And he's got that little bit of grit and grain, and it just sounds so good.
Yeah, I said he had obviously clever, I can't speak English either. Clever lyrical play, as always. Yeah. And he's just so quick-witted.
What is it? He's so fast. I mean, oh my
so
God.
Fast. And actually, he did a throwback to Spice Girls in this, where he was like, tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Did.
It made, to pair that Wannabe, which is one of the greatest songs of all time.
Yeah.
To what this song was, and for him to put that together, I just think he's very smart, and he's a really intelligent rapper, singer, songwriter, whatever you want to call it. And we all.
Where would you rate this on all his songs?
Okay, so don't come for me, Faris fans. I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of his songs. I'll be honest, but that's because I'm just a prude, and sometimes I get a little shimmy shammy. This was actually, I would say, in my top 3.
Really?
Yeah, I've listened to it repeatedly. I just really enjoy the way it sounds and the way it flows.
I've not wanted to skip it, so that's good.
And I'm seeing him in concert this weekend.
Ooh, okay. Where?
He's coming to Karachi. It's called MC something.
Okay.
Asim Azhar will be there too.
Who will be there too?
Asim Azhar.
Oh, Asim Azhar.
You best believe I'm gonna be front row.
I met Asim yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
God, lucky you.
At his house. It was a Niyaz at his house.
Well, thanks, Asim. I'm also on the show, bestie. I love Dard.
You will, she loves that.
I love it. Now I'm feeling Dard from not being there.
Yes, moving on.
Listen, if you ever need a +1, it is my. You know when that song
Would you want to go to a Niyaz?
No.
There you go.
Hi, bitch.
Good food, man. Good food.
Facts. But when Haidil Bichara came out, Jimmy Khan's classic, amazing, iconic song, took over the world.
Do you think that is your favorite?
of Jimmy Khan.
Jimmy Khan. I loved Barish.
I mean, fine. Barish is Barish, but I'm saying Hai Dil Bechara. Yeah.
Also because there was a lot of talk about Hai Dil Bechara been taken off a Spanish song.
What did I said? I said the Spanishes are coming.
Yes.
But no, when I say I love that song, I will once again plug my own show. I have a rap and hip hop show, and you best believe I played that song.
Yeah.
So and people are like, some of this isn't demanding, and I'm like, for me, this song is daily. But the point I was trying to make is I saw him perform at someone's wedding. And there was no other person at that wedding as ready for me. The minute I heard the drop of Hai Dil Bechara, shoving aunties out of the way, I was front row. I was like, this is my jam. I begged him to sing it a second time, and he was calm down.
Did you copy the steps, or did you do your own?
I was too busy just screaming the lyrics louder than he was singing them.
No, it is a really good song, but my favorite is still Barish. And I think Ghar is kind of like Barish.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic. It's about family. It's about family love. It's about association of ideas. All of that. Relations, no?
So, interesting you say that.
She's going to come up with something now.
My exact note was soundtrack for an indie movie about moving home and reluctantly taking over the family business while connecting with your siblings.
Where did you come up with that?
That is exactly where that song took me to.
Oh, God, okay.
It was like a Kapoor and Sons type of vibe for me.
Okay.
Though Kapoor and Sons are fantastic.
That is not a good
I'm not against the song at all.
It's not your favorite.
It's just not my favorite song of his. Yeah. But it's a fine song.
It's not hummable for me.
Yeah.
Like Barish was, and of course, Hai Dil Bechara is like hummable and danceable and all of that.
Yeah.
But everything,
Cult
it's
song.
like, yeah.
If I ever started
But this one is not, it's not, you can't really sing to it.
Yeah.
It didn't catch on.
I didn't listen to it more than once.
But
again, it would be great on a soundtrack to this type of movie called Karan.
But वही बात है, it belongs in a movie.
Yeah.
It belongs in a movie.
Yeah.
And
I find that Pakistani artists, we've said that more than once. I mean, this is our third episode, and like it seems to be a pattern.
Like Sukoon, we thought belonged in a movie, right? 100%. And it'll probably end up in a movie.
And a lot of people agreed with that, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, got a lot of DMs. People were like, you are so right. No, thank you, experts.
Yeah, it belongs in a movie.
Yeah. Then we have...
What do you have?
I'm going to go into... Let's go into
Are we going into Hassan Raheem's No Junkie again?
Well, we have Peanut Butter.
We have Peanut Butter this time. So, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, because he dropped the full album, we decided, like, as singles come out, we'll bring those in. I really liked it.
So do I.
Yeah, I have to give mad shout outs for this. First of all, it's just a fun song.
It is.
And I think that it's a departure word of the episode from his usual that we've been hearing lately. And also that video, I loved it. I loved that Sona was in it, Trinette Lucas, then you had Yasmin Shah, 3 of our incredible models right now, influencers. I loved it. Very fun. I said departure from sad boy. It's like a sad boy at a party, which I love.
Okay.
That's me. Sad, but at a party.
But at a party.
Yeah. Dancing, but crying. That's the vibe.
That is such a sad description of yourself.
Hey,
my God.
We're having a good time.
And you're pulling Hassan Raheem in as well.
Sorry. Hassan's having a good time at his
Maybe he's not wanting to be the sad little rich boy. Yeah.
But yeah, I really... And it's good. I mean, it kind of makes sense then to go into this next one, which was Natasha Humaira Ijaz. Khud se bataye.
Khud se baatein.
Yeah. I thought it was a fun video, good dance song.
Yeah.
Again, it's just different from what's been coming out as of late.
I'm not too familiar with her music, but I liked it.
She is a fantastic performer and entertainer. Stunningly beautiful voice and is like a hustler. Like she's making it happen. I think, sorry, we bring it up in every episode, but our female artists, like they are up against so many stacks against them, and if that was English. And I think that, you know, it's fun to see a female artist come out with music that is purely fun. Like, not talking about the lyrics, but just the energy of it. I mean, the lyrics could have been deep as hell, but you know.
I mean, fun without having an agenda.
Yeah.
Like a purpose or kind of, we have to put this message across.
Yeah, here's this asterisk to, explain why I'm doing this. So yeah, I thought it was fun. I can't wait to see what more she has coming out this year then, if this is just the beginning in January. And I want to, again, more women having a good time. Let us dance. And then speaking of women having a good time and letting us dance, Aisha Umar dropped a song.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
Har koi yaar nahi.
Har koi yaar nahi. Now the thing is that I heard it
Yeah.
and I was a bit confused initially whether did I like it or did I not like it.
Yeah.
Because I felt that she was throwing in a bit of Sufism and a little, she does refer to Bulla. Bulya bhi kehti hai beech mein, and if you listen to the lyrics, it's like she's looking for God.
Okay.
And so it's kind of, so I felt that like you said, a purpose to it
Yeah.
and a message to it, and it's shot beautifully in the
Yes.
northern areas in Gilgit and
Yeah.
everything, and it did eventually grow on me, but I don't love it.
So I would agree. I don't love it. I do agree with the sentiment that it grew on me.
Yeah.
Actually, hearing your take on the lyrics are helping me understand it a bit more, because to me, it actually was like, if this is the type of music you like, this sort of like house meets tribal a little bit, like I think,
and she's very good at that.
Yes, I think that's music that she's good at. Again, it's genre bending. She's dipping into different things, but I think it's cool. Like new sounds, by new I mean like, you know, for us, are great. I liked the title of it a lot actually. Har Koi Yaar Nahi, is I thought was cool.
Yeah.
And I hope she puts out more music. And I think that if this was like at a night of,
but she says har koi yaar nahi honda bulya.
Yeah.
You know, so I just felt that lyrically the words were all over the place a little bit, because what she's saying is that, and I may be wrong, but this is my interpretation. And art, I think everybody absorbs it different,
Yes,
right?
yes, for sure.
So when I heard it, I'm listening to, okay, I'm looking for love, but yahan bhi nahi mila, yahan bhi nahi mila, yahan bhi nahi mila. And the one true love that you have in life, the one that is constant, is the divine love. And so that's a great message. But then it was like, okay, but why?
The why, yeah.
The why, you know?
But I think that if I look at it as just an experimental dance song, I'm like, good for you. Like, that's cool.
Huh.
You did something different.
But you see, as the sound is experimental dance,
yeah,
but the lyrics are not. Yeah.
There's a bit of a mismatch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's a
For
perfect
sure.
word.
Yeah.
It's a mismatch.
Mismatch.
Yeah.
But keep making music. It's cool. It's different.
I mean, you listen to Jhoom.
Yes.
And you have these two iconic women sitting and singing, you know?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, sound, lyrics, video, musicians, everything is just perfect. Yahan pe mismatched hai.
You know, it's another good example, not to beat on this, like, again, like, mad respect that she's doing something different, but Ghazab Kiya, right? Like, again, that's sort of an example of like taking something classic and giving it that contemporary twist, and it matching up in a way that it works. So yeah, but keep going.
But remember when those DJs came to Karachi? I forget which ones, and she performed with them.
No idea. Oh, the one, that big thing that just happened.
Was it the big thing?
I think so, but
and she performed with them on stage, and it was completely electronic, and she was really good.
Yeah.
She was really in control, and she sounded great. Here, I feel that she's trying to be something that may not come naturally to her.
Well, I hope she does more electronic music, because it is such a scene in Pakistan.
Totally. And she's very good at that.
Yeah, and like the producers, I'm talking like kids up until like 6-year-olds. You got producers making incredible music here.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get some of those releases on here too. If we should know about some electronic producers, do let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fan of that music, and especially Karachi is like killing it with
Although we don't have a club scene, but we're
yeah.
Yeah, but okay.
None. All right. Yeah. We're on our last one, I think. Just one thing before we'll get into after our last song, but we have Wali Sandhu with Du Bewafa.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, underwhelming.
So the thing is that I can't stand this kind of Punjabi music. And that is a really like a nasty thing to say about somebody's song, but I can't stand it. The only Punjabi music I really love, the types of Punjabi music, is Bhangra, is Punjabi music that you dance to, or is Punjabi music that is Sufi music, or Qawwali, you know? That is something that really I love. But
do you vibe with B. Dylan though?
You know, I don't.
Sorry. Awesome.
No.
So I'm with you on a lot of that.
So however, I'm kind of 90s and like the early 2000s, but for me, it's like, you know, you give me Bali Sagu, you give me Stereo Nation, you give me Sukhbir, even you give me, what's the other guy?
Imran Khan.
Well, okay,
Hey!
okay.
My
Imran
note
Khan
right
was maybe
here.
the turning point,
Yeah.
you know.
I said the true
Daler Mehdi.
Bewafa song belongs to
Bewafa
our boy
Imran
Imran Khan.
Khan. Ji, ji, ji.
That's you
Huh.
can't even name
But
the
I
song
think,
Bewafa.
but
That
yeah,
is
okay. But that was a
iconic.
turning point of Punjabi
Yeah.
music, you know. Imran
For
Khan.
sure.
He was the
I
last man standing.
yeah.
But the Daler Mehdi and the Sukhbir were all before that.
It was always my
That's really good
dream
music.
to have the Daler Mehdi at my wedding.
Really?
And now
he's still alive, you know.
I know, but people are like he
Yeah.
doesn't perform anymore.
Really?
Literally, my parents are mean about it. They're like,
Did you read that entire thing where he thanked?
Yeah. He didn't have one cute niece nephew to be like, no, don't do it. But he thanked Harry for like a fake thing because you know Harry, Marados, our friend, his book that no one could escape from. Somebody was like, "Do you think I should get it?" I was like, "Have we not read it at this point?"
We have.
Yeah,
we know everything about it.
Sad Harry, I'm so
very
sick of
sad.
it. But anyways,
but sad Daler Mehdi.
Sorry, Wally. I just
the song.
It was okay for me. It's one of those things where I'm sort of like, I feel like we know that this sort of thing is working these days. This kind of R&B meets Punjabi, but like. We gotta elevate it. We gotta change it.
You know what else there is? The thing is that the song came with the video, and the video was supposed to be larger than the song. You know, it had big stars in it. But the thing is that do we really have these kind of characters in this day and age? It worked back in the 70s or the 80s when people were naive, and you know, especially in South Asia. चल जाता था उस वक्त बट अब ये कहना कि जी ये हो रहा है and this boy is sitting in Pakistan and this girl is you know making an ullu of him sitting abroad अब ये पहुंच जाता है उसके बाद it's like I mean it's like total मैं लंदन नहीं जाऊंगा मैं पंजाब
be like my life story no,
shut up and it's like नहीं यार अब नहीं चलता ये अब नहीं चलता
I'm sorry
yeah
good voice though so make something up
okay
we wrapped our songs actually, but before, I mean, it's coming out within the next couple of days. Is they announced who will be singing PSL's anthem?
I know.
For PSL-A, Pakistan Super League.
And Najm Sethi very famously said on Twitter that it will not be Ali Sethi.
And people were pissed.
They were pissed. It was like,
they were like, your son is having a killer year.
Yeah,
this would have been
you
great.
need to not be, you know,
like
PCB head right now.
Whatever other critiques there are, I will boot you for that alone. But that being said, are we ready for this lineup? Produced by
Abdullah Siddiqui. I didn't know that, by the way.
Yeah, but it had to be. And we got Shay Gill.
Oh, okay, great.
Faris Shafi.
Super.
And Asim Azhar.
Okay, that's a very cool lineup.
That is a bomb lineup.
So Abdullah Siddiqui has composed songs for PSL, right?
Yes.
He did Peshawar Zalmi ka wo gana. Yes. It was like seriously cool, next level. It made those boys look like
the coolest guys.
The coolest guys around.
I'm like you. I'm a very hardcore PSL person. I am not a Zalmi fan. Actively against, you might say.
Kyun bhai?
But they are killing the social media.
Totally.
They got Bobby. They got Bobby Azam this year, so it might be different for me.
Yeah. You're really following PSL, aren't you?
I'm hardcore PSL. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm a Quetta Gladiators fan, which is not the best position to be
in. कौन है captain Quetta Gladiators का?
Sarfraz Ahmed.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Yeah, सारे cricketers तो शादियां कर रहे हैं. That's all they've been doing for the last 2 months, and everybody's getting married.
Literally, Shadab's Walima, I believe.
Totally,
was
yes.
Yeah, I wasn't invited. That's cool. He's wearing a tuxedo. It's very sweet. Actually, the fashion of that you should do.
We will, and we will.
Wasim Khan and Naseem Shah really showed out today.
Yeah,
I retweeted their outfits. I can turn everything into cricket Twitter. But anyways, I'm really hyped to see that. I don't know about other PSL team songs. I haven't really heard.
Has any song come out yet?
No.
Abhi nahi aaya na? Yeah. When is PSL starting though?
Literally next week. 13, 14.
Weird. It's a very slow year actually. It's taken off. I mean, there were a couple of films coming out on Eid. I don't see any hype around them. Agle mahine Ramzan shuru ho raha hai. What's happening? Yeah, I do know that Money Back Guarantee is releasing on time, which is short Eid, but Babylicious was coming out on Valentine's Day. It got pushed to Badi Eid, Eid al-Azha, and so it's weird. This is a really slow start of a year.
Well, we just hope Pakistan heals, honestly.
Yeah,
Mama dropped a new song today, but we'll talk about that on the next episode. And
and please, if you have songs that you feel we should hear, then just send the links in the comment section. And do you agree with our playlist? Are you listening to these songs? Have you listened to the songs? Have you missed anything?
Yeah.
More or less.
More or less.
More or less, that's it.
Yeah. And then Also, let us know about soundtracks. Maybe we could literally do an episode that goes into that. And hopefully some more PSL songs drop.
Asim Azhar's done a soundtrack, by the way.
A full one?
Hum Dono. No, not a soundtrack, sorry, a title track. For a drama that's on air these days.
I'm literally like his #1 fan. I'm seeing him perform on Saturday and I'm beaming.
I believe he's very good as a performer.
Everyone says
there's
that.
two different things, right? One thing is to have hit songs and the other is to be a good performer.
Which is one of the best. Like I said this, and I've said this many times, that Manu was one of my favorite performers I've seen. Taha G is great. Natasha Marajaz. So she not only sings, but she like does DJ work as well. Fantastic. So yeah, I've heard Asim Azhar's great, and I'm really looking forward to
it then.
Yeah, and PSL 8 song. I think it's gonna be good. Actually, it's pretty funny when people saw it was Forest Shuffy. People were writing like what his potential raps could be. Because if you're a Forest fan, like the lyrical play, and they were pretty good. I retweeted some.
Nice.
With all respect.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Is that us signing out? Okay, that's it then, guys. See you next month. Bye.